Lighting the candle. Okukoleza akataala. Okukoleza akataala ko. Okukoleza akataala. Solomon, I like you for being I'll make you my class monitor, Solomon. I'll make you my class monitor. I'll make you my class monitor, Solomon. I don't know. How do you manage data in Uganda with the OTT? Today, Samson Mude Otie. Oh, how are you? Guys, I will not bring anybody on camera because I just want to go. You'll delay me. I have 30 minutes break. I want to use my 30 minutes break. And the topic is lighting your candle. Lighting your candle. Koleze tala yo in Uganda. Lighting your candle. Today I'm in a somber mood like anyone. I'm in a somber mood like anyone. Makerere, they call it the Ivory Tower, got burnt. The Ivory Tower in Makerere got burnt. Yesterday, I had discussed this. All the money that was collected by a task force to fight COVID-19 was stolen. And my issue, when I discussed this yesterday, I said, the people who read the newspapers are elite people. The people who buy New Vision are elite people. Now, just imagine how elite people buy New Vision. They buy New Vision and read this headline. All the money that was collected by task force to fight COVID-19 was stolen. People who have gone to school read this. People who have gone to school read this. People who have gone to school buy New Vision. New Vision writes for the elite population. And then after New Vision has written for the elite population come to start talking about Bobby Wine. I have not heard anybody in Uganda talking about this money stolen. Now, the Ivory Tower got burnt. I have been following all the comments. Then my conclusion is somebody needs to pacify the country. Somebody needs to make the country, to pacify the country. There are people who are saying that just because people power, I am quoting, you can go on social media, you can go anywhere, it is there. People are saying just because NUP or people power are demanding for the academic records of the president or the president's wife, that's why they have burnt Makerere. That is one view. And then there are those who are saying Makerere techa ayamba, of what use is Makerere, let it burn. That's another view. On social media, then there are just those who don't care, who tell you fete twasoma ebyo bibakwatako. There are people who have said that fete twasoma ebyo bitukwatako. And then there are those who are real mourning that the records are burnt, that everything that we have invested in for years is burnt. Now, here is my take on this. If we have invested, let Makerere come out and tell us all we have lost is a structure. Our data is saved somewhere in the clouds. Let Makerere come and tell us that. This is me saying this again. I have seen it. It's on social media. That why don't you expect Makerere to ban if Janet Museveni is the Minister of Education? That's what people are saying. That's what other people are saying. That why don't you expect Makerere to ban when Janet Museveni is the minister? So we are at that level. We are at that level. Rita Seboa nze ndi munamawulire mbawa agabutukidde mu social media gembawa. I'm just giving you headlines from the social media, and it hurts me to read that, and it hurts me to see that in the country. And surely people are saying, just because we are demanding, people are demanding for the academic records of the president and the wife, they had to ban Makerere to divert us. And then some people are saying, Harriet, Gambachi. You are listening to people who ate somebody who ate tilapia. And then somebody is saying that banning of Makerere is just to divert us from, divert our attention from talking about this money. Such is our country. Such is our country. And then the whole story, how the police truck can't splash water. If you have a building, in a 9-story building hospital, this one here, this is a water sprinkler. This is a water sprinkler that becomes automatic once there's a fire. This is a water sprinkler, and I'm sitting in office. Then you are in Makerere, engineers, the heads are dead. Yesterday I told you COVID-19 had locked thinking, but it is not only COVID-19. The moment we accepted LODUs, to lead Makerere, the moment we accepted LODUs to lead people like me, we sealed thinking. The first response in Makerere today, the first response when Makerere was burning, were people with AK-47. AK-47. Now they are there posing with guns, AK-47s. The person in the power, the president wants to show us he has authority. Authority when the university has burnt to the ground. You guys, but unless we stop this thing, unless we stop this thing of saying unless our academic people, those who have gone to school, show us that school was what, then Makerere justifies. The burning in Makerere is justified, because there's no way a storied building of that level has no water sprinklers. This is a water sprinkler here, a water faucet that is automatic once the building is on fire. And then you can't access Makerere. When the Kasubi tombs burnt, I wrote an article in the Monitor that caused me problems. The article was, barbarians have taken over Uganda. If you went to my Facebook account today, if you saw my Facebook account today, I have written 37 years of barbarianism. 37 years of barbarianism. As long as we don't stop this thing of saying nowadays we are sleeping, the church got destroyed recently. A bus transporting people with COVID-19 got burnt. Now the university, your highest scent of learning into flames. I am sure the president is going to come and tell us, for us when we were in the bush, we ate cassava. For us when we were in the bush, we walked distances. For us when we were in the bush, I'm waiting to hear the president come to say, the Lutamaguzis gave us potatoes. And poor Ugandans we shall be clapping. Poor Ugandans we shall be clapping. For heaven's sake, let those people who have gone to school, show us that you have gone to school. Yesterday, after my live show here, and I'm sure the person I'm going to talk about is listening, David Mafavi, the person who is in charge of President Yoweri Museveni's manifesto, asked for a friend's request with me. I accepted your friend's request, David Mafabi. I accepted your friend's request, David Mafabi, and I hope you are listening. You are in charge of the president's manifesto. Can you take us out of the bush path? And we subscribe to education, and we subscribe to governance, good governance. Let's stop this issue of telling Ugandans we fought. Everything that you got in place after you came in, after you're so-called you fought, I think Makerere is the last institution to go down. I think Makerere is the last institution to go down. And it has gone down because those who have passed through Makerere don't add up at all. Don't add up at all. Don't add up at all. I just thought yesterday I would tell you about all the money that was collected by the task force to fight COVID-19 was stolen. This is written for people who have gone to school. The New Vision writes it, and people maybe pick it, people read, and they read and read and read. After reading, they start Bobby Wine, Bobby Wine, Bobby Wine, Bobby Wine, Bobby Wine. Why do you print, why do you make news for us to read? Then you'll find that the people who have gone to school read this and they don't have an action. Now all of us have hope in the ghetto kids. All of us have hope in the ghetto kids. Can you imagine? And all of us are thinking that Bobby Wine with the ghetto kids, whom we are calling hooligans, should liberate us. Not the schooling liberating us. Schooling should have liberated us. Schooling should have liberated us. Lwaki twasoma when we all now have hope in what we call hooligans? Why did we go to school when we all now put our baskets, our hope in people whom we call hooligans? And by the way, abantu abasoma temulonda. The kind of voting that has been brought in place, lining up behind anybody. Sichiwantu waliwo musawo, sichiwantu waliwo engineer, sichiwantu waliwo simanyi omusomesa ajagenda ayimirire mu line mabega w'omuntu. They are not there. It is the hooligans, the ghetto kids who are going to elect. So can we people give respect to the ghetto kids and teach them who to elect? Can we give respect to the ghetto kids and teach them who to elect? They will stand in those lines, they will be canned in those lines, they will stand tear gas in those lines. But me who has gone to school, unless you give me to vote from my computer, unless I vote from my computer, I will not vote. I will not. I will not. I am read enough. Nsomi echimala okulondera ku computer nze we munayimirira line za muyimirire sija kulonda. But that's why mfuba nyo kulaba. That's why I'm struggling to educate the ghetto kids. Baja kuyimirira mu line eyo. There will be those lines that when we can't go there. It is so hurting. It is so hurting. I saw Makerere burning and I'm like, really? And then people go with AK-47s. People go with AK-47s. Surely, Makerere with the Department of Engineering doesn't have water faucets in the building. Makerere with the Department of Technology doesn't have faucets in the building. Most of the time when I talk to you, why don't we just say that, James, you're out there, tell us what is there so that we adapt? A building like this one, even the house which I rent, has an alarm system which is connected to the police. When an alarm goes, it's the police that picks. It's not call 911. It's not there. You not call it. The moment your alarm goes on, it's the police picking your alarm, showing there is a fire, and they have the direction, they have everything about your house, they have everything about your location, they have everything. Me, you see here, I had a case of parking on the water hydrant. One of the laws here we have here, don't park near the water hydrant. Don't park near the water hydrant. It's a law that can even lead to your deportation. So where were the water hydrants of Makerere for such a building? But at most, let Makerere just tell us, ekizimbe kyekyayide, but our data is safe. That's what we want to hear from Makerere. Nicholas Opio, a lawyer for human rights, 3 days ago, about 4 days ago, appeared on television and was telling us the people broke into his house. After people broke into Pio Nicholas's house, they stole his laptops and everything. But thank God, Opio is a technologist. He knows his fate in Uganda. He had saved all his data somewhere in the cloud. And then he just disabled it. He disabled the computers, and he started tracking the computer. And you know where the computers are traced? They are traced on Kagwa Road, in a security house, a military house. So people who break into a lawyer's home can ban Makerere. Muchagale, mugane, mukirize, accept that people who can break into Opio's house and steal his laptop will ban Makerere. They will ban Makerere. People who pick anything. I am talking like here, right now I'm talking, but I'm sure they're all over the place. I am in America, but do you know what? We have ISO here. We have ISO here recently, an ISO person. Yes, you asked me a friend request, an ISO person also, and I accept. I'm good enough to die, but I don't want to die with this knowledge. That's why I'm giving it out. When you get arrogant people, you go and break into somebody's house because he's a human rights defender and pick his data. Of what use are you to the country? And then you find the people, power kids. By the way, so how are you going to convince people, power kids, that you did not ban Makerere? Because the people, power kids, this is what these small kids are saying. The hooligans are saying, we ask for your academic papers and you go and ban Makerere. You can imagine, the hooligans are saying they ask for the president's academic papers and Janet Museveni's academic papers, and this guy is decided to ban Makerere. So how do you convince now this hooligan population to think otherwise? How do we appear perfect? How do we appear as leaders before these young people who are now believing we have banned Makerere because they're asking for academic qualifications? Tukadiebubi, who have aged disgracefully. Why can't we have a thinking nation? And scandal after scandal, scandal after scandal, scandal after scandal. The other day, you collapsed the church. You're paying 60 billion to compensate stupid church priests. Not long ago, just posho, this food for COVID, posho, and it's got in the Prime Minister's office, stolen posho in the Prime Minister's office. So how are we going to, I mean, why don't we need people power? Why don't you need these young kids to take over? If we can steal kaunga, I saw some, There was a certain man who appeared on Salt television. He said, Nino lukuju lwakaunga, bansibye lwakaunga. I don't know whether you saw that guy on Salt Media. Some funny man like this. He was beaten, arrested. Ze kaunga kekankubisa. Katandikideri nengamba banange ndi aka tujigende tukalindire wali. Then they arrested the man, they beat him up and they said the kaunga sikala, it is just kaunga. And Posho becomes a headline. Posho bags stolen and found in the Prime Minister's office. It included somebody from Tororo, my village, Tororo. And you ban a university. Okay, this is what the kids are saying. No, you need to investigate. So who shall we investigate? The kids. And there's nothing as bad. There's nothing as bad as hearsay. Hearsay. People, light up your candle. Keep your candle burning. Let your candle light the darkness. We have entered the dark age of history in Uganda. The dark age of history in Uganda. Kiriza, whether Museveni hears me or not, there is no way you respond to a fire with the AK-47s, with the LODUs. There is no way. It can't be. And then you go to Makerere itself, there is no way you can have a building burning to that level and the building doesn't have internal water sprinklers. It doesn't happen. COVID-19 tusanze batukwata obwongo. COVID-19 got us with the dead brains. And now we have locked up. It is going to take pain for us to come out of it. For abasoma tuti okufa nze sagala kufa. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking from far. I respect those young kids who are taking tear gas canisters. I respect those young kids who are demanding for change of this Stone Age barbaric system. I respect those kids. We who went to school cannot account for money. The people who stole this money are people who are educated. The people who are educated. It's not these ghetto kids. The people who stole the COVID funds are people who are educated. There's people who stole the global funds for HIV, AIDS, and malaria and vaccination. Were we people who went to school. So when Makerere bans, the hooligans are just dancing. The hooligans are dancing. Anyway, it's my time to look after patients. It's my time to look after people. It's my time to care. But light your candle. Light your candle. And it hurts me so much. Let me make with this conclusion. Do you know that we are in America, a free country, that every person can come online and we talk like we are talking? But just because we have these spies all over the place and we have people who are put here by government and on government salary, all Ugandans are quiet. Ugandans are quiet. They can't talk about this thing because we are fearing the spies, we are fearing the ESO, we are fearing the whatever who are here. But then you are here as an ESO. What are you seeing? And then we Ugandans who are not me, this is a free country where every person has freedom to speak. Nobody can cane you for speaking. But if I have a problem, it will be from a Ugandan. Why are we not talking to these kids at home? Why are we not talking for these kids at home? Why are we not telling them what we are seeing? The whole issue that we don't even believe in anything. Some of us have reached here and think we are in heaven. Tukomie. Tetuagala Uganda. We don't want to talk to Ugandans. We are only here waiting for habari. Kati wano twaje bulaya na tulinda kutuzayo mu mochari Uganda. By the any person who is overseas akoma oba mukomya omulambo. Kati Uganda yafuka barrier ground. Tulie no tulia tukola sente kakati tulinda kutuzika ne batuleteyo ngemirambo. And we are here. And we are here. And the spies are also here waiting to be dead, and they are brought to be buried in the grave in Uganda. Guys, muleke nkoleza mukama kende kucheo bansasula per hour bazabula kuntemako. Have a good day. Keep the light burning. Light your candle. Buli muntu koleza akatala ko. Light your candle. I can say this thing in about how many languages. Koleze etala yo. Moke match perin. Wam Chowad se hatado ba how. Moke tala perin. Wa murinyankole bagamba chi. Koreza katara. You guys have a good day. Thank you for listening. 147 people are enough to light the fire. 147 people are enough to start thinking differently. God bless you.